Wonderful thing called oh, and there it is. There's my recording. And that is my the wonderful ability to use Toastmasters International to teach all the things that I personally cannot teach. So today we are going to learn about rehearsal tips for great speeches, and I am going to share my screen. And I do recommend you take some notes because this is a really good, interesting topic. And I believe there's an ad. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I think
I knew there was going to be ads. Hold on a second, my friends. Give me 1
It's this
second.
Google Chrome extension called Speech.
I had it booted up and now it's not. There we go. Can y'all see it? Yes.
Hello, I'm Sham. Have you ever given a speech that flopped because you didn't rehearse? Well, today we'll talk about the importance of rehearsing and tips to make you shine as a speaker. Thanks for visiting Toastmasters International. Since 1924, we've helped more than 4 million people gain the confidence to communicate in all circumstances. One of the most demanding situations you will ever face is speaking to an audience. This video is part of a series of Toastmasters time-tested tips that will help you become a more confident speaker. In this video, we'll explore rehearsal tips to make you shine. Let's look at 3 important steps that will transform your speech from ordinary to extraordinary. We will begin with the importance of knowing your material. This step actually happens before you begin writing. Choose a subject you are very familiar with. Why? Because when you know your topic well, it's easier for you to remember. And when you know your content, you appear more confident, even if you're nervous. Select a topic that you're passionate about. By doing so, your enthusiasm will be contagious. The audience will see, hear, and feel your excitement for the subject. And be conversational. Replace highly technical terms and industry jargon with everyday common terms. By minimizing business speak, you'll create a more conversational tone. This will help you engage and connect with your audience. The next step in the process, and there's no way around it, is practice, practice, practice. Begin by reading the script several times out loud until you're comfortable. Then get out of the chair and conduct the rest of your rehearsals standing. You'll get a better idea of how comfortable you will feel when delivering your speech. If you need to use notes, write out your speech in bullet points on 5x7 blue index cards instead of regular paper. The pale blue color and smaller card sizes are less obvious to the audience, and keeping bullet points only helps you be more conversational. Rehearsing aloud is also the perfect opportunity for you to listen for filler words, awkward phrases, and abrupt transitions. Pay special attention to your pace and vocal variation. Are you speaking too fast? Sounding monotone? The best way to slow your pace and increase vocal variety is to feel the words you're saying. Feeling the words allows you to pause and savor the moments, so the audience can too. Additionally, monitor your energy level as you rehearse. Are you feeling passionate about what you're saying? Or bored? About 3/4 of the way through a speech, energy levels can dip. We often start out strong, wane a bit towards the middle, and by the end, we're reading word for word. To combat this potential pitfall, rehearse the end a few extra times, monitor your energy levels, and adjust accordingly. Begin timing your speech as soon as you can. Delivering your presentation within your time limits is one of the most important gifts you can give yourself and the audience. By paying attention to the length early on, you'll save precious practice time. Ever heard the complaint that over-rehearsing can make a speaker sound robotic? Well, actually, the opposite is true. Knowing your speech backward and forward prevents you from worrying about what you're going to say next. And by not worrying, you'll give yourself that freedom to let your personality shine through. Knowing the room is essential to looking and feeling confident. Ask in advance how the room will be set up, what kind of microphone and equipment will be available, and where the stage is. This way, you can factor this information into your rehearsals and determine if you will need to bring any equipment on the day of your speech. If you're working with slides, Be sure to rehearse your material in presenter mode. This will allow you to see your notes and the upcoming slide and smooth out any awkward transitions. Now that you have the tools for a more effective rehearsal, there's still one more important area to consider. It's your confidence. To be more confident, you must act confident. And the first rule here is to never apologize, no matter how strong the urge. Apologies are distracting because the audience members usually have no idea that you're nervous or have made a mistake at all. To them, it's all a surprise. Apologies also weaken your credibility as the expert because it appears to the audience that you are not able to manage the situation. Also, if there's a glitch with the audio-visual equipment, don't get frustrated and blame others or the equipment. Instead, always have a backup plan. In other words, be prepared to deliver the presentation without slides. Take comfort in the fact that the audience are with you. They want you to succeed. By following the process we've covered today, you will build your confidence exponentially. For more information on rehearsal tips, please visit a Toastmasters club. Find a location near you at toastmasters.org.
If you're a homeowner in Connecticut and you're still paying for electricity,
Hopefully that
you
has
could be
turned
missing out
off.
on
I said
free
stop
government
share. Do you
assistance
have it or
today.
no?
Most
We can
people
still
don't.
hear it,
You
Karen.
can still hear it. Give me 1 second while I figure this
Energy
out.
Policy Act.
We can hear it on your microphone. That's what it is.
There we go. Is that better? I'm new
Yes.
to the whole screen sharing thing. So anyway, Shan gave us some really good tips. And I saw a lot of people shaking their heads while we were listening, especially when it says don't apologize, because we all naturally go, oops, sorry, I made a mistake. Yes, never apologize during a speech. No one knows that you've made a mistake except for you. So just keep going. So there's a lot of great information there. It is recorded. We're going to put it up on our website so that you can experience that anytime you need it. And there's some great recommendations in there. I love the tip about the blue index cards because they're not as jarring and only having bullet points on them. Back when I was a college public speaker, we had to memorize everything. 10 minutes, no cards, no bullet points, no nothing. So I understand what he means about rehearse, 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 rehearse. Because if you forgot one thing, that whole speech just crashed and burned. Toastmasters is a lot easier than that. Another topic we talked about in the video was knowing your room. Now, knowing your room when you're public speaking at an event is important, but knowing your Zoom room is also important too. Am I framed properly in the box as I'm doing right now? Are my gestures appearing in the box? Standing also gives you a little bit more balance when you're doing a Zoom speech, because when you're standing, your computer is a little bit further back, so you can see from your waist up, and your gestures are going to look a lot more natural than if you sit and give a speech, where you're contained to this little tiny box. When you're standing, you have a lot more visual room to work with. So I highly recommend when you're giving a speech to stand when you give it rather than sit. And on that note, I have practiced my speech, so I'm going to wrap this up under my 10-minute time. If anybody has any further questions about this, please feel free to contact me as your VPE or after the meeting. And thank you very much, everyone.